this is seam sample number 4. Seam sample number 4, you started out the first way that you do the first 3 seam samples. So I'm going to go ahead this time. I'm not going to have my line marked for me, but I'm going to go ahead and make my straight seam. I can see that on my faceplate there is a 5/8 marking, and like I said, if you don't feel comfortable with that, just go ahead and mark it again, which is no problem. Back stitch, and it kind of wanted to start eating it just then, so I always make sure I stop and make sure it doesn't keep doing it, and if it keeps doing it, then you have to readjust. So I am making this 5/8. I probably suggest that you make your markings, because this is hard for me to even see this if I'm trying to keep it straight. Alright, so this is my back stitching again, my needle up. Okay, cut my threads off. Now this time it tells you to cut only one seam allowance halfway to the stitching line and leave the second seam allowance intact. And what this does, this technique reduces bulk in the seam allowance. Sometimes you don't want a lot of bulk there. So this one's a little trickier. So you want to kind of hand press your seam allowance open, which will make it easier. You definitely need to make sure your shears are good to cut this. Gently do it, slowly. This is how slowly I would do it. Okay, so that's cut about halfway off. And so you can see that, and this is the way that you would mount it to your paper. Or maybe like this. Either way would be fine. All right, thank you, that's good.